So Barnaby, were the government, the Labor Party, Albanese and co, caught with their pants down?
The only thing that was consistent about that statement from the current Prime Minister, it was all wrong. It was all false. And no, they weren't notified. We found out because a Virgin airline saw the live fire and then we didn't even have an Australian warship there, contacted a New Zealand warship, which then conveyed it back to the Defence Force. The Virgin Airlines conveyed it to Air Services Australia. And this was brought about the diversion, I think, of 49 flights because it's not safe to fly over a place that's firing missiles and ordnances into the air. It was a complete and utter debacle. And then the Prime Minister blurts out that stuff that he was informed it was a proper process. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It just wasn't. And it's a real wake-up call to Australia. That was a real, the Chinese Communist Party saying, hello, Australia, be really careful of how you act around us. We're the big boys in the block, and we should just focus on one thing in this nation. And it's not intermittent power, and it's not gender equality, and it's not gender fluidity. It's becoming as powerful as possible, as quickly as possible, so your children are safe. Because if you get this wrong, forget about welcome to country. There's no country to welcome to. You don't own it anymore.
Absolutely.
Forget about your nice house in the eastern suburbs. It's not your house anymore. Forget about your super. It's gone. Forget about your children. They could be dead or there's no future for them. Focus on that. Focus on that. Really focus down on that.
Pauline, very quickly, you've been warning about the threat of China for years. Did you ever think you would see a Chinese warship off Sydney firing ammunition?
Well, I didn't think it would happen so soon, but Rowan, I'll tell you this, they're testing the waters, and the fact is to see what Australia would do about it. If Australian ships were up in Chinese waters, they would actually have their fighter bombers going over the top of them and seeing what we're up to. This is not on. They're circumnavigating Australia, what I understand. Has the Prime Minister told us that? Not to be concerned about it. He wouldn't know what the hell's going on in his own backyard. His Chinese mates never told him that they were going to come down in our waters. He had no idea, and he kowtows to them all the time, and we're going to pay the price for that.
Absolutely. Thank you both, Pauline Hanson and Barnaby Joyce, for coming on The World According to Rowan Dean.